Hello. Hello. Testing, testing. Okay. He will say hi, say something.
Something.
Perfect. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is officially, what episode is this? 4?
27.
20. It would be 27 if I would stop dying and not, fucking up the recordings. What is it? I want to say this is episode officially 4. We're going to say officially 4. And if it's not 4, then I will be redacting that in the title later on. So 4 or 5ish. I'm gonna go with 4. Today, I always want to go ahead and like bash a lot of leftist shit. Like a lot of leftist shit is getting to me. I'm not an extreme righty. I'm not an extreme Republican. I'm not an extreme that guy. I'm big in the middle. Let there be life. Circle of life, Simba shit. I'm that guy. But lately, the lefties have been fucking killing me. And I look at them. I'm like, dude, you're doing shit that is not okay. You're doing and we're gonna start with cancel culture. And I have two big. I'm gonna link Evilbreed some things while I'm talking to him. And I want him to look at this shit while we're talking, and he'll give his input while he's looking at it. And it's about cancel culture, especially in content creating, because shit has hit the goddamn fan.
And it's getting flung all over the place.
All over the place. Oh God, I you know what? How about I just give you the context of what's happening?
Okay, that'll work.
That'll work better. That way you know what's happening. So, Tyga is a VTuber, very prominent on Twitter. Like if you go on Twitter, you'll see, just type in Tyga, you're gonna hear, and the first thing you're gonna see is all the drama that's associated with him. But yeah, he's a VTuber. Apparently, he has been accused of pedophilia. He's a young guy. He's like 18 himself or 19. So I don't understand how much of a pedophile he could be at 18 or 19. At 18, he wants to date a 17-year-old, I guess. Whatever the fuck. So they're like, oh, he's a pedophile. I'm like, wait.
That's ridiculous. It's weird. If that guy was 17, dating a 17-year-old, it's fine. But if his birthday was today, now he's a pervert. It's just dumb. Like, I don't know.
I think at 17, 18, you're okay. Me and Alma are literally like a year apart, and we were in that same front. We were dating. She was 16, I was 17. Then she turned 17, and I turned 18. Am I a fucking pedophile now? Like we were. How am I a pedophile? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. It makes sense. I think if whatever age the adult is. If the person that they're talking to is prepubescent, then you're a pedophile, in my opinion. Because there has to be like an age gap, right? Like, I don't know. Like, if the girl's 17, how old would the man have to be before it's considered weird?
Oh, I mean, the world would never. The whole world. Out of the United States, a lot of the whole world. 16, 17 is the age of consent.
Yeah, there's some countries it's 13.
Yeah, America, the United States. I want to, before we go on, because you know how many people are like, oh my God, they're pedophiles now. I agree. Me personally, I think a year apart in that young age, I don't think is a problem. I think they're still in the same mindset. They're still in the same body set. I think that 17, 18 is okay. Because that's not an actual year apart. It's literally months. Probably like 4 or 5, 6, 7 months apart, whatever the fuck. To me, I don't care about that. That's fine. If a guy is like 35 and then a person is 17, now that's a different story, though.
Mm-hmm.
It may be okay to some people, but 17 and 35, that sounds a little fucked. You know? But around the world, we got to understand that around the world, you've got 35, 40-year-old men marrying 13, 16-year-old girls.
Yeah, and some places that's you know, in their religion, that's okay too.
Yeah, it's nuts to see that people like, oh well, America, the shit we do in America is should be the staple of how everybody does shit in the world. I'm like, you gotta understand, whoever it is, understand where they come from. Like, okay, listen, I don't want to smell panties. I mean, I'm not a panty sniffer, but in Japan they got used panty vending machines. Someone in Japan found a market, and I'm pretty sure there are people out there wearing hoodies buying used panties.
Japan's they're always thinking ahead. They're living in the future.
They're probably, those panties are pretty expensive. I would love to know the prices of used smelly panties. And
oh man, probably $20.
Probably like the hard $20. And
yeah,
but that's okay though, right? It's okay because it's Japan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do all sorts of weird shit over there.
The Romans used to fuck little boys.
Oh yeah.
And we're not talking about, they used to fuck little ass boys, 11, 12, dress up the 13-year-olds as girls and they have at them at the fucking orgies. Like, the world was fucked up. The world is crazy.
There was someone in history that he was what were they called back then? Like the ones who ruled like an empire in the Roman day. Emperors? Is that what they were called?
Yeah, emperors.
There was one who had a I don't know, I guess like he had one of his young men that he was attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
And he had them castrated.
Ouch.
Because he wanted, he was in love with him, but he wanted him to be a woman. So he had him castrated.
He'd be fine, okay. He'd be okay today.
Pretty weird. I don't know. I like to know it's just, when you think about stuff, like when was it? What period in time did all this stuff start coming as like weird or taboo or against the law? Like back then, like you said, it was different time back then. Nobody saw it as bad, and now, people go to jail for this stuff for like life, and once they get in jail, they prison justice takes over.
It's like, I don't know. I think children is off the table. I think that's what people were like, all right, you can't be fucking a 6-year-old person. Come on, stop that. You know what I'm saying? I think
I know it's gross. I don't know how anybody's attracted to kids.
No, oh fuck me. I'm a father, right? I'm saying, and when I hear people say stupid shit like that, like when the pedophiles like, oh, the child looked at me. The child looked at you like a child. They don't look at you sexually. Like the child looked at you like you're an adult, you know better, and I have to, I'm trying to, some type of way, be a child. And when let's tell you the truth. Real pedophiles, really disgusting fucking balding weirdos that live in the basements masturbating onto the fucking, those motherfuckers, death is okay with me. I'm okay with it. They kill those fuckers.
Yeah.
But 17 to 18, I don't think that's pedophilia.
If anybody's making a big deal out of that, that's ridiculous. Like 17, 18, who cares?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And now, here's the thing. You can make jokes about pedophilia. You can make jokes about all that shit. I don't care. I mean, I honestly don't care. And the reason why I don't care is because it's jokes. And why the fuck are we censoring comedy nowadays? I don't understand. Like, why is things not okay to say? Oh my God. Imagine today if Andrew Dice Clay was live.
Oh my God. He'd be canceled his first set.
If Andrew Dice Clay was out doing his hickory dickory dock shit right now, motherfucking people would lose their shit.
Yeah.
You think
he
that,
even had his own TV show? He was so big back then.
Exactly. It's like you don't have like, and that's where the left people are crazy. They feel like, I wish they had their own planet.
I do too. And you know what?
It's crazy.
And then blow it up.
And the thing is, okay, don't get me wrong. Right conservative trailer park people need their own planet too. They need to be blown up too. Because they be crazy, bro. The conspiracy theory on the right is nuts. Like when you listen to the extreme shit, conspiracy theory Alex Jones, that shit on the right, that shit'll make me throw up. The leftist, oh my God, my feelings. That fucking cancel culture toxic shit.
Yeah, they wake up and they had a dream that they, some comedian said a joke. So now, when they wake up, they cancel them.
Like those two extremes are what fucking America. If we got rid of both those two extremes, the extreme left and the extreme right, America would be beautiful again. Absolutely.
Yeah, and what happened? Like, what happened? What sparked it? Was this? When did cancel culture start? Was it during the Weinstein thing? When the Me Too happened, and then
I don't think it was that.
Cancel culture blew up.
No, I don't think it was that. I think honestly, to tell you the truth, it started. I guess in the 2000s. You never heard about cancel culture in the 90s.
Oh yeah,
no, absolutely not. It's this generation that's out here fucking canceling. Like I dabble in the VTubers scene, right? Yeah. And I see a lot of the people that they attack other VTubers, and they're like, don't catch me following this person. I don't want to catch any of my mutes following this person because I'll block you. And they're like, what? Now Twitch is. I'm gonna switch this over. Twitch is doing the same thing. Twitch did I don't know if you've heard of it. It's the ban list. Did you hear about this ban list yet?
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it.
So basically, and this to me is poison. This to me is incredible poison. Well, my Twitch, where is it? I'm invited to a lot of shit.
I just stayed to myself. I ain't got no invites to nothing.
You
I probably get kicked out.
What is it called? Where is it? Content, settings, moderation is it? It's called shared ban info.
Oh yeah.
Check this shit out. Sharing banning information helps you create and maintain a safe space both for your channel and across Twitch. Ban users from channels you have shared ban information will be flagged for you and your moderators to manage. To get started, sending blah 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 blah. That is basically a cancel culture situation. In other words, let's just say you don't like me. Well, me and you had a fight. You delete my Discord. You delete my Discord.
Not that that's been done.
No, absolutely not. We have a fight, and then you say, well, Vida, I'm gonna fuck your life over. I'm a famous breed, and I'm gonna go ahead and ban you on 30 channels. You can do this on 30 channels. You're gonna go, and this is so shitty. You can go ahead now and be like, hey, Rebecca, I want to cancel Vida. He's a dick. I'm gonna share this information with you. Ban him when you see him. Now you send the ban request. She accepts it. I'm automatically banned on her shit. She says, well, my best friend Evilbreed hates this guy, so fuck him. I'm going to send it over to John Jacob Hanger Smith. Whatever. And all these people now start banning me. You got 30 becomes 60, 60 becomes 90, 90 becomes 120, 120 becomes 150, 180. You know, it just keeps on going. How many fucking channels now am I banned from? Because one person hated me so much that he deleted my goddamn Twitch, my Discord channel. You know what I'm saying? That's that is
so
horrible.
If I ban you, like that ban list, can you leave a note?
Yeah.
So
literally.
I can make up something. So I could say, like the conversation we had before, I could say, oh, he was, talking nasty to underage children in this chat.
Yes, literally.
And then now all the 200 people see that message and ban you.
Yes.
That is wild. What was their reasoning for making that list?
I have no idea. No idea.
That's wild stuff. So here's the thing too, right? With that list, if like a partner streamer's on it and there's like 100 bans or so, does Twitch get involved and see if they want to remove the partnership?
I don't know. I don't know.
Nuts.
I think this is like a social thing, letting like spaces and people. This is meant for hate raid people and assholes and shit like that, troll specific people that circle certain channels and communities, and it's meant to be a good thing. But like all good things, the road to hell is paved in good intentions. You ever heard of that? Like, this is an example of a good intention paving the road to hell. Because this will cause, oh my fucking God, cancel culture with this is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Jeez. I'm glad I'm not a streamer. I'm glad I didn't pursue that. Especially with the, there's two communities that I never want to be involved in. The Overwatch community, you wouldn't believe how toxic it is. Okay, that community needs an enema. And the VTuber community from watching the shit you went through. I don't want to be a part of that either.
You mean the RP community?
RP, yeah, the RP. Some of the VTubers are okay, but the RP community, no thank you. I don't want to be a part of that. The ones who say they can keep RP and real life separate, those are the ones who cannot do that. And then you do one wrong thing in roleplay, they take it personal, then they blast you, and now you've got like 10 RPers who don't want nothing to do with you, and it's just so stupid. I don't want to be part of that. It's like high school, their little clique. You piss one person off, they go and spread up some bullshit, and then they all believe that person, and then now that one person and her little 25 friends don't want RP with you or anybody. It's just stupid. I don't want to be a part of that community either.
It's been vile. I mean,
yeah.
I have been thinking about a lot of shit lately.
Yeah.
And I've been watching a lot of people, and I look at myself and like, I'm not like that. I'm a dick. Listen, I know as a streamer, I know that some people look at me and the first thing they want to say is, oh, I hate him, and okay, I get it. You don't like me. I feel you. But the thing that I'm very strong against is like, you shouldn't lie about somebody. Like, at the end of the day, like, what are you trying to get out of it? Like, right. What is the end game? Like, that's always been my question. What will fix this for you? Like, what will make you feel like, oh, it's, lessons learned, things are, better now, and he's learned his lesson. This person is now a rehabilitated member of the community. Like, when is that the habit? When is that going to be achieved? How does that be achieved? But I don't feel that these people, especially like who live on the cancel culture, who live on the drama, understand that there are people out there that cannot handle that type of pressure, and suicide becomes way more viable. And I know that sounds horrible, but there are people out there who can't handle this.
Right.
And they're just their need to be, like Will Smith was talking about in one of his interviews, like his trauma is disappointing people, right? And there are people who take that trauma very, very seriously. And and I don't understand why people can't understand that you're not helping the cause. You're not whistleblowing, if that's the better term.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're causing pain and suffering, and you don't even know if the pain and the suffering the victim caused is true. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know if the shit that's being talked about is true, and then now you're fighting this war to protect somebody's honor, yada yada yada. But apparently, the shit that they're being accused of never happened. Like, what do you do? What do you say now that you're a part of like this whole like negative situation, and the person you're attacking has come up innocent? You know what I'm saying?
They try to issue maybe like an apology tweet or something.
Like a tweet's gonna do anything.
No, it's not. Because, once the damage is done, it's done. Like, that's, like, for me, I don't care about if people want, I don't take people's apologies. I don't care for them, the apology. Also, if I've done something and the damage is done, an apology ain't going to fix it.
No.
So, and honestly, I don't think the person really cares. I don't know any, like, what does an apology really do for the person saying it or receiving it? Because for me, I don't apologize, and I don't really care about getting apologies, because, it's whatever. Like, an apology doesn't do anything.
I think for me, an apology is as a sign of like validation that what happened wasn't you, or that wasn't, what happened was a mistake, or in that, and I guess I'm talking about it in the reference of if you were falsely accused, right? Because you could fuck up, right? Let's just say, Evil, you spilled milk, and then you were like, oh fuck, I'm sorry. Your initial was like, oh shit, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
And that type of sorry is different, right?
Yeah.
But there are sorries where you did something fucking vile, like you raped somebody or you fucking murdered somebody or whatever.
I don't think any form of apology will fix that.
Yeah, I don't think those are apologetic situations. Now, there was this study done. I don't remember where it was done, and I hate that I bring these things up because they just come to mind. Where when the mind, especially of men, unfortunately, I hate to even fucking say this, but when you're incredibly aroused, like especially the man, right? When the man has been teased or he's incredibly aroused and he's ready to fuck anything that walks, and he's like, oh, I smell pussy. Oh my God. Like he goes in through, this is a fucking situation. He goes through this like pussy hunger. I'm being so real. Oh my God. I wish I had I wish I fucking had that information for you, but I'll find it. I'll find it for you and I'll send it to you. It basically, what happens is the mind, it becomes like a motherfucker that's like a zombie. Brains is like pussy. And it ain't right. And what separates us from animals is we're not supposed to. We are not supposed to. We can control it. That is what I'm saying. What separates us from other creatures out there from the animal kingdom is that we can control.
Yeah.
That. Because everybody's raping everybody in the animal kingdom. A lot of the shit ain't consent. People just getting fucked all day long. That's the animal kingdom. That's how it works. Oh, look. But sometimes, oh shit, he got a big dick. He's a big guy. He'll protect us, and the life goes on that way. But what separates us from animals is that we can differentiate between that shit and be like, oh, I shouldn't fuck that person against their free will. I shouldn't do that, and that's literally what separates us from that. But there's some people who that shit doesn't work in their fucking head. And they're like, oh, I need that pussy. Oh, I need that ass. Oh, I need that dick. And they just, they do really fucked up things to get that serotonin boost, because it's all serotonin.
Right.
And it's crazy. Like, I've been reading, I may be a big, dumb male, but.
And you should apologize for that.
I should apologize for that. But I do read. And there'd be some, like, there was this one time somebody was surprised that I read books. They're like, you read books? I was like, bitch, yeah. Like I felt some certain way, and I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, I didn't expect someone like you to read. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker just tried to hit me with a fucking fuck you stuff,
He just he just called you an idiot.
Yeah, basically. And I'm like, oh yeah, I read periodically once a year, trying to be jokey about it, but I was really fucking upset. I was like, I don't fucking dare you, but that being said, like it's crazy the shit I read, and I'd be like, how come no one talks about all this shit? But yeah, apparently there's this fucking genetic gene of and also like geeks and nerds and people like that, and like overexcited jocks are the people who are raping people, because a lot of the times their body's like, pass my genes, pass my genes. And it's like, and they're just fucking real bozo about it, and they don't understand how to control that shit. And then what happens is the worst happens, and here's after you do it, how many times you've heard it that people have done it? Then they get this remorse, like, oh, I fucking shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. And motherfucker, you probably shouldn't have done that. And now they've got a lot of shit to dissect in their brains, and then the guilt that comes from that, like now they're all guilty, like, oh no. Did anybody see? I'm sure someone saw. Like the
whenever
person
I hear
raped.
about whenever I hear about somebody who's been arrested for rape, I only think they feel guilty because they got caught, not because they did it, but they got in trouble for it. Like I don't think like most of the people that do that stuff, I don't think they feel guilty about doing it to the person. It's just now they're going to end up going to jail and getting the sex they don't want. That's what's going to happen.
Like oh my god, I personally, I hate when people say stupid shit to me about that shit. Like, oh, you're, because I mean, I don't find myself attractive, but a lot of women apparently have found me attractive. I say to myself, I don't know what's working, but I hope it never stops. But the thing is, I found myself many a times where I'll say I'm not interested. Right after I have basically like flirted and stuff like that, and now they want to take the next level. They want to get dick down, and I'm like, I'm just not interested. I'm not about that. And or like when I was single, when I had split with my girl, I was like, I was whatever.
Yeah.
And the funny thing that what would happen is that some women, of course, they'd look at me and they'd be like, you're supposed to say yes to me now. And I'd be like, no, bitch, no, I don't.
Yeah.
like, and then if I did say no, they would act like they were abused then. Like, how dare you make me feel like you want this pussy and then say no,
Yeah.
It becomes more like now I'm abusing you because I don't want to give you sex. But if I give you sex when you're not wanting it, it becomes rape or harassment or some shit. But when I don't want to give you sex, I'm basically breeding you, or what's that word? I don't know what they call it these days. Not breeding, but like grooming you, or whatever the fuck. So when I do want to have sex, and I'm like, bruh, you know how hard sometimes it is to tell people, especially like people who are attracted to and because they want you to know that they'll be the best for you that no one else could be, and they'll try to convince you. They'll be like, yo, my pussy, that bomb pussy. And you're like, okay, that's nice.
I gotta talk to some of these women you've talked to. I never hear women around here saying that shit. Like, oh, I got that bomb shit. I don't hear none of that around here.
Don't? I hear it a lot, dude. It's
It's probably because I don't really leave my apartment either.
You're a hermit. I know.
A hermit. There's nothing out there in the real world I want to be a part of.
No, but here's the funny thing, that it's not just the real world, dude. Like the online world, it's even crazier, because like I've had people who have blocked me because I've actually said no. Like I've actually be like, nah, I'm not interested. I want to be with my wife. I'm going to go back with my wife. We're going to be good now. And they're like, oh, you don't need that bitch. And I'm like, wait, what? Like what? And people are like, oh yeah, I'll make you way happier than she can. She can't fuck with me. Like blah blah blah. Like I got that good. And you're just like, you're just looking at people like, what the fuck are you saying right now?
I've noticed that some of the women in that RP community, they're pretty easy. It does not take much for them to get interested, and they will drop their pants if you have a good enough voice, or if you flirt with them good enough in the RP world. They're all about, hey, why don't you come over? Let's do it for real. My husband's at work.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that.
Just from some of the RP streams I've seen and the stuff that I've heard, I'm if I ever want to look for an easy lay, I'll just go to the RP community, flirt a little bit in Atlas or Conan, and I'll get me some tail by dinner time.
How fucking dare you attack the RP community?
Maybe they should cancel me, put me on that list.
You don't fucking stream or do anything. That would be the dumbest thing anyone ever done. Oh my god, dude. Oh no, listen, man. RP community is fickle. It's a fickle place. It is a fickle place because
it's a bunch of women acting fatherless is what it is.
It's I don't know. It's that. I think what the RP community, I don't shit on the RP community as a whole. I think that there are people who aren't happy sexually, romantically in their real lives, right? And those people, but okay, I'm gonna broaden it. There are people in the RP community who don't have control of their lives. They don't have any control of their lives at all. And RP is a place where they gain control from notoriety, either be playing because they have a great voice, or you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a 1,000 different things that can make you stand out. What kills it is that you have two people that fall into that whole category. You have the perpetrator, and then you have the recipient, right? And then what happens is the perpetrator, he or she pretends to be like this badass, right? I'm the baddest bitch in the whole wide world, and yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. And now the other person is like, oh man, the baddest person in the whole wide world finds me interesting, and you know, it's a great story. They take it's a great story defense so that they can justify doing that. They're like, oh, it's just for RP. It's just a story. It doesn't mean anything. You know, when I role play romance, and back in the day, maybe it was an attention grabbing for me, but nowadays when I play romance, I can tell you the truth. I can give a fuck about anybody in real life when it comes to romantic stuff. The reason why is because I'm back with my wife, and maybe before then I wasn't happy with me, and I overacted in romance. But when I got back with her, I said to myself, I don't need to be that person anymore. I was like, you know, I'm happy where I'm at. I get what I get. I get what I want at home. I'm very comfortable, and I'm okay with not having that type of attention and stuff like that. But my roleplay characters are heartthrobs. I play heartthrobs. It's just what it is. I play heartthrobs.
You need to bring Joey back.
Joey wasn't a heartthrob. He was a lawyer, buddy. He was the greatest lawyer ever. But people look at him, and people look at my characters, and Evil, the first thing they want to do is like, oh, I know what type of person you are. You're a fuckboy. Like, you want to fuck everybody. And I'm like, yes. You know, and what do you, I mean, I'm not going to just be like letting them shit on me. I just, sure. Your girl wants to fuck me. There's nothing I can do about it, you know? But the half the shit I say, people want to cancel me for it every fucking day. So why not be the dick that they call me?
There was what was it? I follow live stream fails on Reddit.
Yeah.
I follow I follow a lot of stuff on Reddit. But there was a scene on Reddit. It was uploaded. It was a clip from GTA RP. Some girl who was, you know, she was role playing, and the cop was there. I can't remember the streamer's name. And she said, "When I get out of here, I'm going to rape you."
Wait.
Yeah, she said that in the RP while he was streaming.
Ouch.
Yeah, and she's still streaming. She didn't get canceled. But if it was a man, if it was a man RPing, it would have been canceled.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I don't think you're wrong by that. I've been told on that list that I was going to get raped by a female.
Yeah,
I've been told that. And no matter what I said, I was basically called a liar. So I was like, okay, well, what can I do? What can I do? Nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Because guys are groomed to not to find that funny and be like, okay, come rape me, bitch. You know, you know, we're groomed that way. We're groomed to be, all right, well, you gonna give me pussy? Well, okay. Oh no, please don't give me the pussy. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
People got to realize that we're not groomed, or we're not like brought up. We're saying, hey, pussy is no good. I mean, shit, the pussy good. That's how life is. I mean, but if you report it, people, they want to know what you did to incite that, right? They're like, okay, what did you do to make her want to just fuck you all day? That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. She shouldn't say that. Ban her ass, dude. Let's do something. Nah, no, you did something. I feel like the girl from Consuelo from fucking Family Guy. No, you did something wrong. You did something wrong.
Need more pledge.
Need more pledge. You know,
Yeah.
it's bad because, you know, it hurts everybody. And like I had a situation happen to me, and there were mad people that were just pissed at me, and they didn't want to hear it. Didn't want to fucking hear it, dude. They was just angry that this female was hurt. And I'm like, maybe you should ask her why she's hurt. And when they asked her, yeah, he didn't give me the attention I wanted. I'm like, this bitch. Like, you want attention. And so your whole thing was, let's ruin his life because he's not giving me the attention I want. So it's like, well, I don't belong to you. So there you think. That's the thing.
You know, I don't know. When I would watch you do RP in the earlier days, there was always this talk about like some of the rules for the servers was no metagaming, or what was the other term?
No power gaming.
Yeah, no meta, no power gaming. And all I saw in your goddamn chat were people doing just that every day.
Exactly.
When you were playing Joey, or when you got into what was the other one? You did Ark too for a little bit.
Yeah, I did Ark.
But anytime you would do GTA and Ark or whatever, I would see people in your chat who would just start in their day. They'd see you, and then they would log in and watch your stream to find where you were to initiate some RP. Well, that was against the rules.
That definitely is against the rules, like by a lot.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to do that shit.
And then they would watch you play Joey, and these characters would log in, and they would know what you did without being there because they were watching your stream. And it just I don't know. I feel like this is why I don't really like most of the RP community. They're hypocrites. They got a list of rules to follow, but they don't follow any of them.
You're not wrong. Like, you honestly are not wrong. There was many times that I questioned my whole self. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? But
yeah, like no metagaming, no power gaming. Try to, you got to keep your RP life separate from your real life. It's those 3 rules were broken 24/7. And I would just see it in your chat, and I just wanted to ban everybody. Just wanted to ban them all.
No, and you're not wrong. I mean, there's some channels out there that people get banned for that shit. You know, it's
even when somebody is RPing, right? Like if a streamer is doing some RP, they'll open up another person's stream that's in that same server doing RP to see what they're doing, and they'll use that with their RP without having any interaction with the person. That's just stupid. It's dumb.
It's dumb. You're not wrong. It's makes you question shit, right? You're like, why do it if you're gonna get? I mean, at the end of the day, it's besides the fact I really like role playing. It's a viewership thing. Like many viewers like to see this crazy shit, you know?
Yeah, but it's frustrating when like they come into your channel, right? You're on Joey, and they're like, hey Vida, blah blah blah, and then they see that you're here, and they're like, oh, and they even tell you in your chat, all right, I'm logging in, I'll be on in a second. Okay, well then now you know they're coming. And then poof, some chick shows up on a bicycle, and there's, she's talking about whatever the hell you were doing without her being there in the first place.
I've had that so many times.
Yeah.
I've had that so many times where people have showed up, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing there. And they're like, oh, I woke up, I felt the power of Jesus compelling me to wake up and find you. And I'm like, wait, okay. Jesus got involved. I'm like, fuck, okay, Jesus.
How did he get involved? Because Joey kept getting possessed, and then Vida was inside of Joey and wouldn't give Joey control back unless Nancy did certain things for Vida. Anybody remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, Evil's the historian of the GTA RP. Jesus Christ.
Because that stuff was funny. And then so you had somebody else come in.
God damn it.
All he did was hit you and say, I'm Nightwing.
I'm Nightwatch.
And then he just leaves. Because everybody was starting to suspect Joey was Nightwatch. So
we had to set it up.
Yeah, had to get somebody else, to throw off suspicion.
That was the best WB show ever on GTA. That was the best fucking shit ever, bro.
Anybody who was in your chat that you RP'd with could have seen that and then logged in. It's like, oh, that wasn't you. I know that wasn't you. Some nonsense. God. But it was funny. But I hated it when people ruin the RP.
That happens, dude. That's just a powder bullshit.
Yeah.
People can't. They want to be a part of everything so bad. The thing is that kills me is you can be a part of everything. You can.
Yeah.
Just do it organically. Like.
Yeah, like when I did RP on GTA, I was on the same server as you, and I'd be logged in when you'd be playing, but I didn't come out and hunt for you. I was a taxi driver.
Yeah.
And on the side, I sold weed.
Typical GTA life, bro.
Yeah.
I had a weed garden outside the hotel.
Shit, I probably should have come and found you on purpose. Get a piece of that action.
I did, dude. I had a fucking weed garden outside the hotel. It was ridiculous. I don't give a fuck. People were like, oh, he's a district attorney. Why is he selling weed? I'm like, listen, mind your fucking business. Or have you killed or something like that? I don't know.
I think a lot of the RP gets ruined by the people playing it. Like you got some that are good storytellers. But if you get one bad person and it just ruins the whole thing, and then that person gets, one of their friends or somebody on their side, and it just spreads like a cancer.
It becomes cancel culture. That's exactly what the theme of today is. Motherfuckers, they get so crazy that it's because a lot of guys get crazy because this is the only world they have power and control in. Like their girl, their wife, or whatever the fuck, they beat the fuck out of him or something like that all day long, or and I'm talking about like just take the power, emasculate the guy, and he but he comes to RP and he finds a sub chick because a lot. I mean, I'm being a dom type of person. Like when I see a sub girl on the server, I'm like, ooh, like that turns on the primal fucking instinct. You're just like, oh my God, I want to dom her badly, and subs won't let you know that they're subs unless they fucking want you to see that. So like half the time people are like just showing me their subway and then they're like, hey, so what's up? And I'm like, fuck, don't show me that. Get out of here. I'm like, don't do that to me. I'm trying to be a good guy here. And then all of a sudden now I've dommed someone. Now I have dommed someone. And then I'm like, I don't want it. And then they're like, you shouldn't have done me. I'm like, you shouldn't have subbed yourself to me. What the fuck you want me to do? I mean, I'm just human. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna fuck up. You're gonna be hot. I'm gonna take advantage of it. Just stop it.
Yeah, it's like you said, how in real life, they're probably in a bad relationship or their life sucks or they get bullied and whatnot. And when they come to the RP world, they get to express themselves how they want. And then once something doesn't work out or go to plan, go to plan in their little RP, when they try to script something, they end up turning into that person that they have to deal with in real life. They turn into that themselves in the RP world and then start causing problems with other people.
No, that's just not at all far from the truth. People can't handle that. It's like a weird reaction to not neglect, but like rejection. Like I've had somebody who I won't name has repeatedly hit me up in DMs like, I can't believe you rejected me, or I can't believe you rejected me, or yada yada yada. And I'm like, what do you mean I rejected you? They're like, yeah, you didn't date me in RP. You made me feel like I'm nothing. And I'm like, what are you fucking actually talking about? And many times I have to be like this guy now trying to figure out how I wronged this person. Because I refuse to be in a relationship with them in a video game, and it's like, what do you want? Like, honestly, like, what do you want? And it's
got to be there's got to be like some issue mentally where you're like that.
Yeah.
Because if if I lived in California and you live in New York, okay? And me and you have a hot, steamy RP romance. And then after we log off, we don't talk. I'm not going to hit you up and be like, hey, did you just use my body for sex and now you're leaving me? You know, I'm not expecting anything in real life. And first of all, we're on the other end of the damn United States. Anybody who thinks that anything is going to happen physically or outside of RP because you had a hot, you know, moment is they're stupid. I wanted to use the R word, but you don't like it when I do.
Because of you two tops, you know this.
Yeah. But it's just, it's got to be a mental thing. You think like, do you think maybe their real life isn't the best, and then they get dependent on and cling?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they feel a certain way because of the way you make them feel in the game.
No, you're not wrong. Absolutely. What happens is that people, their life sucks, or they say their life sucks, and they're not getting fulfillment. They can't find a partner. The partner they've had has left them. They're raising a child by themselves. They're not fulfilled in any way, shape, or form. And then here comes this really, really fucking cool RP partner. Now, it doesn't have to be a male or female. It could be whoever. Here comes this, like, really cool person. Now, this cool person is, like, beyond anything they've ever encountered or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And now they have to make it that now this person is theirs. And they will say the things, and they will do the things, and they will try their best to make it so that you fall in love with them in real life. That's horrible. It happens. I've met many people, many women, who have tried their best to make me fall in love with them in real life, and leave my personal situation and whatever because they feel like whatever. What happens is with these women is once they get bored of you, once there's a bigger, better, badder guy on the field, they go ahead and, well, lack of a better term, they move on and find somebody else.
Yeah.
And now you're like, wait, what? And you're left with your dick in your hand because, you know, now this person was supposed to be like, you know, somebody who was into you, but now they're with somebody else because they're with somebody else because you're just not as favorable or as, I mean, sexy or whatever the fuck you want to call it. As the other guy or the other person, and it's crazy because I've seen it so much where it becomes like, oh, it's basically your fault. You stopped being interesting. You stopped being hot or whatever the fuck, and now I'm moving on to somebody else. But my whole thing about it is, like, why do that to somebody? Like, it's RP. Like, I'm gonna tell you, the last couple of RP relationships I've had, I don't even talk to the people on Discord. Like, I don't even message them. I don't even hi and bye. How you doing? Make sure you're okay. Hey, listen, was the RP okay? Good. You feel comfortable with everything? That's like, I'm now basically nurturing my RP partners, like, so that they understand, like, this isn't real. Remember, I have a partner. You have a partner. This isn't real life. We're good, right? They'll be like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it was great RP. Blah blah blah. And then we end it because I don't need, me personally, someone gaslighting me because they somehow thought we were in an IRL relationship. That don't fly with me, Jack. You know what I'm saying? And I can't do that anymore. Like, I listen, I had an RP relationship. I met a woman who I thought was going, after my split up, I thought that she was going to be my next chapter. We did everything together. Everything was fantastic. Everything was good. I've said this on my stream before.
Yeah.
And to find out she was cheating left and right, wherever she could. Anywhere with anybody, on any Discord. It was putrid. It was putrid. It was disgusting. And I the more I heard, the more people were like, yeah, she was cheating on you with this person. She was cheating on you with that person. And to dive in, I was ready to buy a house, get a credit card. I was going to do 1,000 different things for this person.
Yeah.
To move that person to me or me move to that person.
Right.
And I was close. I was close. You know what I'm saying? I was close, dude. Yeah. And to find out, oh, you're a laughing stock. She's going out with some poor guy, you know, who doesn't know that she's with you, whatever the fuck. And and here I am, like, this fucking guy here in love with some chick, And you know, you find out that it's all bullshit. And then what are you supposed to do at the end of the day? It was because the RP. I fell in love with an RP person. I fell in love with the way that person was an RP, their character, the voice, everything. And I took that as real. And that was my biggest fucking mistake in my life.
Right.
And
fuck them.
Yep.
All you can do is hope that they end up with someone who doesn't love them.
I honestly, I wish them the best. I just hate that happened to me. That's all.
That's because you're nice.
Evil, you would not be nice about this shit.
I wouldn't.
Would you cancel culture someone like that? Would you?
You know what? Yeah, I'm joining the cancel culture side. That person's getting canceled. I'm getting them fired.
Okay. Would you? This is wrong. I hate it. But would you do revenge porn? Have you ever heard of revenge porn?
Ooh, if I wouldn't get prosecuted, maybe. But I think you get prosecuted for that now.
Yeah, now you get fucked, bro. Now they're like, oh, you want to show someone else's titties online? Bow, jail time. Bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum, bum.
You know what? You want to know something crazy? I was thinking about this. Back when I was 16, 17, 18, okay, those 3 amazing years, I had a girlfriend. And, we had cell phones. And, she would send me, some explicit photos. But I was thinking, now, like back then, the law was different. But if you do that now, right? Like say you got a couple, 16, you're both 16, 17, and she sends him a titty pic, that's considered child pornography on his phone.
Yep.
That's wild. Because back then when me and my girlfriend did it, we were just a couple of teenagers, couple 16, 17-year-olds, showing each other's, titties and genitalias.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
But now it doesn't matter. If you're 17 and you got a picture of your girlfriend's titties on your phone and she's 16, child porn.
Hardcore.
So what? It's wild to think about that because you don't think about that back then like that. But now, knowing that now, if I was 16, I don't want my girlfriend to send me.
I don't know how
photos.
much older I am from you, but I remember that when I had a Nokia growing up.
You're 4 months older.
Oh, really? Because I remember, like, my Nokia, when I would get, like, anything on my Nokia, it was, like, the most pixelated shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't know what type of future are you where you can get, like, full-fledged titty pics with no problem.
In our day, Vida, you got to remember, when we didn't have the movie channels and there was a nude scene, we watched through the squiggly lines.
Yeah.
So, when you got a picture, you squinted hard enough and you made out a nipple.
Oh God, I remember so hard watching like HBO After Dark and or BET After Dark. And
BET, oh man, so much booty.
That means so much nude. No, it was so bad. It was so bad. The shit I would see on that fucking channel, dude. And I would be like, oh, look at them titties and ass and all the hip hop people. Like, are they fucking everybody? I didn't know what was going on, but I wanted it. I wanted it. I wanted it. I wanted everything to do with that. I was like, yes.
One song on a BET After Dark that sticks out: "Tip Drill" by Nelly.
Oh my God, mine's is "Voulez-vous coucher avec moi"? That was a.
By those chicks.
No, it's a guy. It's a guy who sings it.
Oh,
forgot what his name was. Not fucking Moulin Rouge, dude.
I remember. You remember Uncle Luke?
Yeah, of course.
Luke's Honeys?
Oh my God.
Yeah, all you stupid kids out there don't know nothing.
Remember there was like VHS and CDs for Girls Gone Wild?
Oh my God. I would watch that advertisement until I was satisfied with what I seen.
You know what the weird thing is? That still exists.
That's crazy.
It still fucking exists.
I can't believe it does exist. Like, unless it's just to own the collection for memes. Because with the internet, you got everything at your fingertips.
Yeah,
you can see whatever the hell you want.
It's completely a real thing. People are still going wild. I don't believe that the women are actually still doing that stupid shit, but apparently they're going wild.
I think they got to be paid now because the guy that originally in the beginning, that guy got in some trouble because he didn't have any consent forms and shit. So these were girls just exposing themselves, and he got in trouble without having a consent form signed.
I just die sometimes. Like, girls gone wild, put the pussy in my mouth.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I remember one time, I swear to God, my uncle comes up to the room and he goes, hey, so I've got a question for you. I'm not mad. And I go, what's up, uncle? He goes, I had a CD. And he was trying to explain it to me what it was.
Yeah.
He was like, I had a CD. Listen, there might have been titties involved. There might have been titties involved. And I'm not going to be mad. You're a boy, you know. You know where that CD is? I was like, no, Theo. No, I don't. Why? Why do you need it? He would look at me like, huh. He got caught. He'd get caught, right? He was like, all right. You're right. I don't need it. I just wanted to know if you had it. And I'm like, nah, I don't have it, uncle. I don't even know what that is. And here it is. When he would go to work, I'd like break into his room and watch Girls Gone Wild. But I never took it. I didn't own a DVD player, so where the fuck was I supposed to watch it? So I just watched it in his room, and I'd make sure that like it was put back in the same exact way I left it. He left it. You know, I take up like a mental picture, boy, because my uncle's one of those guys that he would know. He would know. And so, like, I would be like, all right, this is the way it was. And I gotta be careful here.
Yeah, my dad was old fashioned. He had a VHS tape. And it was, it was the good stuff. My dad had taste. So, of course I'd watch it. I'm 13. What do you think I'm going to do? Not watch it?
Right? The hell?
But, see, I like to think I was smart back then because I would rewind it back to the spot where he left it so he wouldn't know. And he was never the wiser.
Rewinding is the most dangerous part of all that shit.
Oh, yeah. Because you could end up ruining the tape, especially if you watch it a bunch.
Oh, I know, dude. I used to
do the same thing with my mom. Like, she would buy a bottle of vodka like once every 5 or 6 years. And, when they were gone, have me a little sip or two, but then I would fill it back up with water.
Oh, God. You're fucking horrible, bro. Yeah. Oh, my God.
But, if they ever wanted to find out if somebody was drinking it, put it in the freezer. If it hardens up, it's got water in it because liquor don't freeze.
You're right. It doesn't.
Oh. Yeah. See, I learned from when I was a kid. So now if my kid tries to think he's slick, I've already done it. So he's going to know. But my son doesn't do nothing like that. So I got lucky. We had one kid, and he was perfect as a baby, and he's 15 now. He gets a smart mouth sometimes, but that's about it. My son tried to give me the whole like I'm a man now talk. I was like, boy, you a man? I will whoop that ass. I will whoop that ass. He looked at me like, oh, Dad, why are you like this? I'm going to whoop that ass. That's why I'm like this, son. My son says the same thing. Why you like this? He says the same shit. Boys, that's got to be a generational thing.
Has to be. And
I'm like this because I grew up in the 90s.
Same.
Where, saying, using the F word wasn't considered a slur back then.
Nowadays, everything's a fucking slur, dude.
Man, everything's a slur. You can't say nothing. The only thing you can do is just apologize before you talk.
You're gonna be like, hey, walk around with a fucking T-shirt that says, "Excuse me, I curse." So
yeah, there's a shirt. I want to buy it for real. It says, "You better stop bullying me, or I'll come." I bet I'll be left alone.
Oh fuck! That's the shirt right there. I have a shirt that I'm making. Very simple. It's a random horny syndrome. I gotta finish that shirt.
I don't have any. You know what we need to do? How about this? How about we make some Leave Brittany Griner where she is.
Whoa.
Let's make those shirts. And go out to a protest who's trying to get her back into this country. Let's just wear those shirts, Vida.
Oh, my. We're never going to get her back from Russia. She's done.
The thing is, right? Okay, listen. And this is true, right? Like, say you are in Russia and you got in trouble for the same thing, having these little jewel pods that had weed in them or whatever the hell the deal was. You think she's going to lose any sleep over you getting a 9-year prison sentence? You think she's going to fight to get you back to this country? You think she's going to give two shits? No. The only people that are upset that she's over there is her wife and the tens of WNBA fans.
Wow, you're so mean.
Like,
wow.
That's it. Like, keep her ass over there. I don't, they want to do a prisoner trade. There's some, just some stuff I've read on social media.
Hold up. Let's trade some KGB for a basketball player. What?
Actually, yeah. There's one guy that so far they've willing to trade for Brittany, which is a Russian arms dealer for a stupid WNBA basketball player. Like, leave her ass over. And she got a 9.5 years prison sentence. No. I think, 9.5 year prison sentence.
She got 9.5 years? Holy shit.
Yeah. So, let her serve the 9. But I don't, I honestly, she wouldn't lose any sleep over you. You think she would protest to have you brought back? No, she don't care. She wouldn't care about you at all. And how the hell was it an accident that she had those things in her backpack or whatever? Like, those 2 specific ones was an accident. Like, how? I didn't really follow the story every single day.
I didn't follow the story at all. At the end of the day, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why put yourself in that position? I don't know what you're doing.
The only reason anybody knows who the hell she is because Twitter.
Absolutely. Because I wouldn't know who she is. I mean, literally, I don't know who she is. And as bad as it sounds, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, see? And she wouldn't give a fuck if you were over there in Russia getting that 9.5 years. I don't know why people are even making a big deal. If this was anybody that wasn't famous.
Like, if it was LeBron
whatever.
James, I would oh no, free LeBron.
If it was LeBron, he would have been brought back before the charges were even filed.
Oh, hell yeah. There would have been a mission.
Because men's sports is far superior and better.
You see, you're not going to get me to fish. You're not going to make me fucking say anything about that.
Listen,
the moment I say something like that, the fucking everybody in the history of the Twitterverse would come out. Did you hear what that Twitch partner said? And I'm like, no, don't bring me into this. Fucking do a me-seeks on you.
Here's the thing, right? Women have always, a fair amount of women have always been bothered at the fact that the sports are segregated. You got men sports, women sports.
As it should be.
But, I have not yet seen one woman get on a NFL team, NBA team. I don't even know if there's a woman on a Major League Baseball team. But there have been, but
they're managers.
Yeah,
a manager now.
And if you get a woman
or coach, coach.
To be honest with you, when you see football, those dudes are well over 6 feet tall, pushing 400 pounds, maybe over, maybe at 400, And then if you got a woman on the opposite team, 200 pounds, 150 pounds, maybe she's the quarterback. She gets hit. She's going to get hit harder than a man will.
Yes, she will.
And that's not even a misogynistic comment. That's just fact because of her, men and women are built different. And
what would happen? What would happen is you would have a trans woman play the game and then all the women would take credit for it.
Well, and then another thing to even further prove my point that men are just, better when it comes to sports is that you women have removed the trans women from your sports, because they used to be men, obviously. Now they're not even allowed to play in the women's sports because they're getting all of the, they're breaking all the records, getting all the gold.
Listen,
you there's no way anybody can convince me that I'm wrong. Because it's been proven, and we just proven it with the trans women in the women's sports. The women accepted that, they were willing, they're like, oh yeah, let them join our sports, blah, blah, blah. While the men said, no, that's a bad idea, dumb idea. And the women looked at us as being transphobic. Well, now who's got egg on their face? The women who were in last place because you let a trans woman in your sports and they're breaking all the records. So that's just further proof you can't have men and women in the same sports.
It's nuts. I will tell you this. It's nuts that they don't understand that let's just say in boxing, a trans woman will knock the fuck out of a regular woman. There's been
trans women in the MMA.
Yeah, it's just not
destroying them.
There was this one person who got her skull fractured by a guy in the MMA. Well, the guy, a trans woman. You know what I'm saying? It's scary, you know?
Yeah.
Like let biological women play in biological women's sports, and then if you want trans women to join, let them join the trans sport. That way that it's equal.
You know what's going to happen is they're going to have a separate division. You got men's sports, women's sports, and then trans sports.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm okay with that. It's like I said before, you don't hear nothing about trans men. Trans men just living their life, doing their thing, yada yada yada. It's a lot of left crazy advocation, loud, being crazy, angry at everybody, left side, who are trying to fight for rights that already exist. I mean, I'm sorry, you're human. You got human basic rights. No one's trying to cancel your life. You're not. No one's saying you're not valid. No one's saying you're not a human. No one's saying any of that. But what people are saying is, you got your spots, they got their spots. Like I have balls, I have a dick, right? So I can wear a cock ring. You're a chick, you can't wear a cock ring.
You wear a chastity belt.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there are certain things I could do. I could shoot sperm. Biological women can't shoot sperm. That's a thing. So like what we have to realize is it's not that it's hate speech. It's not that it's I have trans friends and they've said the same fucking thing. Like what I'm saying are things that my trans friends I've fucking said. You know, it's not like if I'm making this shit up to be hateful. It's not. It's that my own trans friends are like, dude, I will never be a biological man. I'm trying my best to live that life and to look that way and to perceive myself that way. I don't know what a biological man is, but I'm on my way to understand it and become and adopt that lifestyle and that, you know, that way of life. The people like I will never understand what a woman. I mean, what a woman is to me is biological. And if you want to identify as a woman after that, that's fine. Don't expect me to automatically assume, because there are some people who dress like women who are not trans. They're drags or drag women or gay guys.
Cross-dressing or whatever they call them.
Exactly. So it's like, don't expect me to 100% understand what the fuck's going on when I don't know. You know, you got to say something like, hey, I'm trans. My name was John. Now it's Joanna. And I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it. But like, I'd rather call you your name than start living my life with, I have to now call people by their pronouns. That's just so fucking stupid to me. I'll never get the pronoun thing. I refuse to call anybody they. Don't ask. Don't do that to me. Just be like,
you know what? If you go by they, you should be charged double.
To me, honestly, the way I see it is, say who you're feeling like right now. Are you he or she? If you say to me, oh, I'm feeling like a she right now, then you're a she right now. If you're feeling like a he right now, then you're a he right now. But don't give me the whole fucking they thing, because my brain is saying to me, I only see one person.
Yeah.
So like, what the fuck you want me to do?
I just found out that if you're gender fluid, or if you don't identify as any gender, you go by Z or Zers.
Wait, what? I thought it was like non-binary.
I don't know, but there's a Z and Zers pronoun. And I don't know what the fuck it stands for.
It's just people making shit up nowadays.
That's what I've been telling you. They get bored and they just keep making up new titles. I want to be referred to as hot and sexy from now on.
I want to be Lord fucking Vida. That's what now, from now on.
From now on.
That's what I identify as. Handsome.
And you have to call me that.
If not, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be fucking pissed. I dare you. I fucking dare you. Oh, shit. You know what? On that same note, we have gone past our time. It is now, we did an hour and 10-minute podcast.
I'm not done with my hate speech. I mean, hold on. I'm not done with my political discussion.
Okay. We reached the 1 hour. I can only upload like 100 an hour and 15 on YouTube because I'm not partnered yet. So here's what I will do for you. I will give you the full, what I would be you and mine's ending. I will let you say your final thoughts now.
Final thoughts. Just give up. Just don't. You're the protests, the bickering, the picketing, the complaining. Just give up. None of it's doing anything. They don't care. And if you think it's working, it's because they allowed it, not because you did anything. And if the bill that you are protesting doesn't pass, it's not because of you. It's because they didn't like what was in the bill. And if a bill passes because you think you picketed it or protested, it wasn't because of you. It was because there's some hidden shit in there. And everybody was happy. Okay? Just give up. You're not changing the world. You're not Greta Thunberg. Okay? How dare you?
Oh my God.
Just give up. Just live your next 50 years and then get buried.
Oh my God. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Merry Christmas.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen. I will go ahead and let you go from here. I'm gone. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 4. I hope you guys like it. And like I said, we are exercising our freedom of speech. And
while we still have it.
And listen, what we say isn't hurtful. It might, okay, wait, time out. It might be, but it's not directed towards anyone or a group of people. We're just saying what we feel, and we're saying what everybody else is talking about in private, and we're coming from a place of love. So fuck you, leftists. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye, and stay good. All right, Evil. Tell them goodbye.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Wait, I live in Ohio though. All right, bye.
You just doxed yourself.
I doxed myself. Fuck.